Stephen Van Belleghem, When Digital Becomes Human, The Transformation of Customer Relationships. In the book, When Digital Becomes Human, Stephen Van Belleghem outlines the transformation of customer relationships driven by advancing technology. The book highlights the changing landscape of commerce due to digitalization, robotics, and the Internet of Things and how they impact the human aspect of conducting business. The author argues that companies should not dispense with human interaction but should strike a balance between digital and human customer experiences. For scenarios of businesses' interaction with customers are envisioned: a quick death, strong today but not tomorrow, a fighter's market, and when digital becomes human. Explore with us how modern companies can thrive by interweaving digital and personal client relations, and engaging with the crowdsourcing community.
The dominance of technology. Technology influences people's lives more than people influence technology. The prevalence of technology in our lives is increasing, such that an average family would have 10 or more devices with Internet access by 2020. As digitalization, robotics, and the Internet of Things gain more influence over commerce, the human aspect of doing business will quickly decrease. Self-service options are efficient but fail to provide essential human qualities like creativity, empathy, and passion. While companies shift towards doing business digitally, they cannot ignore the importance of human contact. Combining digital and human customer relationships is the only way for most businesses to thrive in the future. Thus, technology will continue to shape the society we live in. The future of digital commerce. The evolution of digital commerce will be characterized by surges in mobile technology, the Internet of Everything, robots, 3D printers, and artificial intelligence. As mobile processing continues to advance, consumers will demand even more instant gratification from intelligent apps and wearable devices. In the future, manufacturers will integrate sensor technology into all products, creating a vast network of interconnected devices. Robotics will move into everyday life, with robots performing household chores, shopping, and providing healthcare. 3D printers will become affordable for most households, enabling anyone to become a manufacturer, and the market for 3D printing is expected to reach $550 billion by 2020. Artificial intelligence will empower computers to replicate emotions and non-logical thought, enabling automated call centers to replace customer service staff. The widespread availability of sensors will change many businesses, including weather forecasting. The future of digital commerce will be shaped by these surges in technology, and those who embrace and adapt to these changes will be best positioned for success. Digital giants' customer relations. The dominance of global tech companies, Facebook, Apple, Google, Amazon, and Alibaba, is unmatched. Their acquisitions and entry into new markets provide these firms with virtually unlimited research, marketing, and global platforms, allowing for increased power, influence, and profitability. Yet, while these digital giants offer consumer ease and convenience, they seem increasingly disconnected from their customers and the vital element of human contact. However, these brands only embody current customer relations, not the future's. The future of customer relations. As companies digitize their customer service channels, it's becoming increasingly important to humanize these interactions. According to a recent study, 73% of customers prefer to have a human connection with a company, even if digital channels function well. Without emotional engagement, customers become detached and often turn to competitors. The book outlines 4 different scenarios that companies may face in the increasingly digital marketplace. The quick death scenario, where companies fail unless they can provide a combination of excellent digital service and human contact. The strong today but not tomorrow scenario, where companies excel in personalized customer relations but are vulnerable to larger competitors with superior digital capabilities. The fighter's market scenario, where digital powerhouse firms compete on price and ease of use, often neglecting human connection. The "when digital becomes human" scenario, where companies like Airbnb successfully integrate both digital and human interaction to create powerful customer loyalty. To succeed, companies must seamlessly integrate digital and personal client relationships, ensuring that their brand's positive aspects are projected by combining such experiences. The book concludes by noting that a massive gap exists between how companies view their customer orientation and how customers perceive the experience, with almost 80% of CEOs thinking their company is customer-oriented while only 8% of consumers agree. Harnessing the power of the crowd. The digital age has allowed businesses and consumers to connect with millions of minds, thereby offering a new approach towards developing deep emotional touchpoints in customer relationships. The provision of personalized services could become more important than just selling products, as companies such as BlaBlaCar, Airbnb, and Uber enable customers to connect with each other and offer a direct service without intermediary establishments like hotels or taxis. In the future, increased accessibility to services may play a critical role in brand building for companies. As technological advances continue, people may struggle to keep up with technological evolution, pointing towards the need to focus on new possibilities for better connections between different products to emerge as the future of innovation. Building strong relationships with the crowd. Building strong relationships with customers is the goal of crafting a business model that involves the crowd. For movements can help organizations achieve this level of relationship with their most loyal customers: crowdsourcing, crowdfunding, crowd service, and crowd commerce. Crowdsourcing enables companies to open their processes to their most loyal customers, which, in turn, can result in innovation. This movement can help companies generate short and long-term strategies by letting a connected group of consumers act as reviewers. For example, NASA sent a 3D printer to the International Space Station to allow astronauts to print replacement parts. If NASA doesn't know how to fix something, the agency asks the crowd for solutions. This way, experts anywhere in the world can contribute to the problem-solving process. Procter & Gamble and Adidas also consult with their customer constituents. Crowdfunding is the process of asking the crowd for support in funding new ventures or initiatives. Kickstarter is one of the world's most well-known crowdfunding platforms. In the 6 years between its 2009 launch and 2014, Kickstarter participants kicked in $1.2 billion for 65,000 projects. People who respond to crowdfunding requests provide free word-of-mouth and other public relations services. Kickstarter has had 6.5 million contributions from people worldwide. Crowd service refers to customers taking over services that companies usually perform. T-Mobile's Netherlands customers, for example, answer 65% of the questions that their fellow consumers ask. Crowd service generates an increase in T-Mobile customer satisfaction. giffgaff, a British telecom provider, trains some of its customers to become call agents who answer each other's questions and complaints. The final movement, crowd commerce, involves companies encouraging consumers to carry out mutual transactions. Amazon, for example, encourages customers to sell used books and other merchandise on its site. It takes a percentage of the sales proceeds and posts used items and prices on the same page as new ones. Other companies like Airbnb and eBay also depend on crowd commerce. In conclusion, there is no longer a division between the predictive power of data and the creative chaos of human talent. Companies need both to achieve success. Companies that focus solely on digital or human interactions with consumers will struggle in the future.
Steven Van Belleghem's When Digital Becomes Human reveals the indispensability of finding the right mix between digitalization and human interactions in the ever-changing world of business. He warns companies against focusing solely on either side of the spectrum. The book illustrates different scenarios to depict the outcomes of customer integration and digital adoption levels. As competition intensifies, Successful companies will be those that can effectively combine the potency of digital services with human empathy and creativity. This will involve engaging in crowd-based approaches, such as crowdsourcing, crowdfunding, crowd service, and crowd commerce, to nurture strong bonds between customers and the company.